Hello Englishers, welcome back to my channel. This is Ma'am Raya. For today's video lesson on the subject effective communication, we will focus on the lesson 4, key elements and processes of personal and interpersonal communication. Okay, again, this PowerPoint presentation is prepared by Dr. Iris Kim Kudiniera, and I'm just here to present the PowerPoint, okay, just for explanation purposes. Okay, and let's get started. Okay, for these elements that we have, the audience, the context, purpose, tone, and nonverbal cues are essential, okay, in delivering our speeches, okay, whether it's intra or interpersonal. So first is we have audience here. So they are the listeners or the readers of the message. They are the receivers of our message. So we need to include the age, the background, the knowledge, and the relationship of this audience to the speaker. And expectations shall also influence how a message should be delivered. We need to tailor fit our message to the kind of audience that we have. So, as the speaker, before you can create or make your story or speech, you need to think on the kind of audience that you have. So you have to ask first, who will your audience be? Okay. So it matters their age, their background, especially their uh, social status. Okay, because if they come from class C, then you need to adjust your delivery and the word choice that you will have. Okay, so about age, if they are above 60, so maybe their attention span, is not really that. Um, they cannot stay focused on your speech for 15 minutes longer. Okay, so that's why you need to tailor fit your message, just like the knowledge. Okay, so if your audience are like grade 7 or elementary, so compared to those class C and then mature people like 45 or professionals, then yeah, you would also have to adjust your strategy, okay, your manner of delivering your speech. So again, you need to ask first, you need to know your audience first before you can come up with your speech. Okay. Context, as we know in the elements of communication, the situation, the environment where the communication happens or occurs. So this includes the physical setting, the time, the cultural or social norms, and the mode of the audience. So say for example, senior citizen people, okay, so 60 years old, and then your situation or your context will be like an open air and it's quite hot. So I don't think it's a good thing, okay, for them to listen to your speech. So you need to find a way to um, let them be more convenient and comfortable, okay, while they are talking to you, because while they are listening to you rather. Because the tendency is, if they are not comfortable with the environment they are in, you will not gain or you cannot expect them to listen or to absorb your speech or the message of your speech. So that's why it's also essential. Okay, and the next one is the purpose. After knowing your audience, after checking in your context, so you also have to ask yourself as to what purpose, why you are delivering this speech to this kind of people. Okay, so this is your goal or your reason behind the communication. So it determines the structure, the tone, and content of your message. Okay. So you can outline your speech if you know what your purpose is and the kind of tone that you will use or you will deliver. Okay, with the content too. Okay. So there are five purposes it states here, but for the previous subject, oral communication, the three major purposes are to inform, to entertain, and to persuade. Okay, the other two is just being added in the effective communication. But moreover, it's actually more applicable to persuade and also to inform. Yes, so let's get to know them more. Okay, to inform, so it's common features. Yeah, you have to be clear, factual, and your information should also be organized. Okay, so if you would like to start with statistics, then you can, according to the statistics. So 80% of men. So it's one way of getting the attention of your audience too. Okay, so just few examples, okay, of speech delivery in which the purpose is to inform. So you have news reports, class lectures, okay, wherein you have to be clear and factual. Okay, another purpose is to entertain. This may sound quite easy for you, but it's actually a more challenging, okay, purpose because not everyone has the gift of having a sense of humor kind of spirit as a speaker. Okay, because you need to be creative, expressive, and also engaging. Okay, so it's really a challenge for you how you would entertain grade six or elementary pupils, or even the senior citizen. Okay, how would you get to engage them in your delivery? Okay, so examples for to entertain, storytelling, jokes, and also vlogs. Okay, you know these days, vlogs that are more into fun and entertainment, then there will be more viewers. So you can observe that one. And also for the purpose of to persuade, so which means to convince. Okay, so you need to have the emotional appeal, the logical arguments, and repetition. So emotional appeal, so as a speaker, your facial expression also matters a lot. So you need to look serious, okay, when you want to persuade. Okay, logical arguments. So you need to base also in facts. Okay, where did you get the data? Okay, what did you say? Why did you want us to convince that it's the right decision to do? Okay, so examples of the purpose to persuade, so campaign speeches, advertisements. Okay, so yeah, that was for the okay, to persuade. So speeches for politicians, okay, how they would convince you that you need to vote for them. What have they done? Okay, advertisements, yeah, just like your famous what's this? Fast food restaurants. So yeah, how they eat, the way they eat the food that will really convince you that this food is delicious. Okay, another one is to instruct. So it's more of providing information step by step. Okay, you can provide command verbs, and you also need to have a clear tone. So command verbs, do the dishes. Okay, do the laundry. So just an example. Okay, mm. So act now. Okay, what are you waiting for? Okay, act it now. Okay, like that. Okay, tutorials and also providing directions. Okay, the last purpose is to express feelings. Okay, this is very common when you do have not to inform but more of to entertain. Okay, it's also expressing feelings. You have to be honest, emotional, and yeah, personal tone. Okay, so just like your diary entries, spoken reflections. Okay, so how you do it? Yeah, expressing your emotions. Okay, tone here, I think for the lesson one, so we have it there, how the tone affects the delivery or the communication you have with other people. Okay, so it refers to the emotional quality or attitude conveyed in communication. It can also affect how a message is interpreted, okay, based on your word choice, your pitch, and the context. Okay, if it's an open air, so though you're not angry, but you need to speak a bit louder. Okay, or if you can't speak a bit louder, then maybe you can um, ask for a microphone. Okay, so that you know you don't need to give extra effort in shouting because your audience might misinterpret it that you're angry at them. Okay, yes, making your voice louder is should never be as the same as your voice when you are angry. Okay, in delivering a speech, Okay, nonverbal cues also matter. It's also important. Okay, they signal how we send the message to our audience. Okay, so we send and receive without using words. Okay, nonverbal cues also help us convince, okay, the audience what we really want them to do. Okay, so these cues play a key role in communication by reinforcing or contradicting what is said verbally, showing emotions, and conveying attitudes or intentions. So your pitch or your tone when speaking also varies as to the importance, okay, of your message. So if you want to give emphasis on this part, then you can adjust the highness of your tone or your pitch there. Okay, I think, yeah, that's the end of the slide. That's the last one. So it's very simple. I hope you will have a good score for your exam. So study well and enjoy learning English. See you in my next video lesson. Bye for now.